At T. Rowe Price, our curiosity lights the way to help you plan ahead for what matters to you most. Work directly with us, and together, we can help uncover the right investments for you at every stage of your life, whatever your goals. That's the power of curiosity. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Visit troweprice.com/investdirect to learn more.
Welcome back to the Chicago Tomahawk. I'm Mike. I got my line mate Matt with me. Today we're going to go over the Blackhawks. They're on a 4-game skid right now. Was it 3 games this week? I wouldn't say that it's frustrating that they're losing, even though that it is. I would say what's frustrating is that we have veterans playing where we should have some younger guys in there, cutting their teeth in the NHL. I'm going to say that I think that Richardson's, his course of action here is to kind of start the season with veterans, let the guys start the season in Rockford, get some confidence going, and then I think injuries are pretty much a guaranteed with some of the veterans we have. Pulling up guys from Rockford and essentially having Team Rockford at the end of the season. I'm just speculating, but what do you think about that, Matt?
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of throwing a vet with a younger defenseman. But I mean, I'm just talking about the defense right now. I've noticed that there's usually a young kid paired up with a vet, but sometimes the vets are, worse. And I personally, like I say every week, I'd like to see the kids play. At this point, we're losing anyway. What's the difference? I'd like to see, poor Phillips has kind of been up and down each pairing. The kid makes it to the first pairing, and the next day he's sent to Rockford. What? What's going on here? So
yeah, that doesn't make sense.
You signed Vlasic for I believe it was a 6-year extension, and you got him on the third pair. And you got guys like Connor Murphy ahead of him. That just makes zero sense. You want him to be the future shutdown guy, the future Jarmelson, what have you, but he's playing minimal minutes. I just don't understand it. I don't know what's going on. I think there's a lot of mind effery going around, and it's not good for a young team.
It's really interesting that you mentioned that, because I wanted to bring this up, and it's that we've got so many different combinations of guys playing, guys in, guys out. There's really no consistency, and say for instance, Vlasic has typically been playing on the top and second line pairing all season. I think yesterday, this is being recorded on Sunday, so I'm talking about the Saturday night game. I think he was on the third pairing, which makes absolutely no sense because he's one of our best defensemen, and he's on the first power play unit, which is also questionable for me because it's not that he's bad with the puck. Honestly, I think he's better with the puck than Seth Jones is. Yep. And I just don't think that he is a power play quarterback. I would have him on the first penalty kill line, but I wouldn't have him on the first power play line. I think a good spot, someone I would want there is Korchinski, and someone who needs experience there, I think, would be Korchinski. Even though that he is playing great in Rockford right now, if you could have Korchinski on a third line pairing, essentially his main job is to quarterback the first power play unit. Our power play is bad, dude. It's bad. So why not essentially just take up one roster spot for someone who can quarterback the power play?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and I have a perfect example why Seth Jones shouldn't be, getting all this time. 1 minute left in the game against Nashville. Hawks were working the puck very well with the pulled goalie. Yeah. Seth Jones shoots the puck into 17 bodies, and they go the other way.
Right.
And it's like, okay, wait a minute. We have a kid that's wide open with an elite shot. That's who is shooting the puck. You're not that guy, Seth Jones. You're not. Get the puck, move it, give it to Connor, and let him take the shot. This is the kid who should be taking the shot, not you. I feel like that dude he will shoot and shoot and shoot. I like it. Shoot first mentality, yeah, but you don't have the shot like that. So that's, and like you said with Vlasic, that's not his game either. He should be special teams, penalty kill, absolutely. Maybe unit 2 power play if you kind of want him to start learning it. But yeah, there's just some very, very questionable things with this coaching staff. I really don't understand it. I honestly think it's hurting the development of these young players.
I agree with that 100%. And something I want you to look out for is that when Seth Jones is on the power play, and this isn't that he's a bad defenseman. I think that he's a good defenseman, but I think that he's lacking in some of these skills. And I think that in this point in his career, he needs to start worrying more about the defensive side of the puck than the offensive side, because the offensive side of the puck for him, I wouldn't necessarily consider him elite. I think that his skills have kind of dropped off over the past couple years in skating with the puck, moving the puck up, and handling the puck in the offensive zone, specifically on the power play. Keep an eye out, Matt, when he gets the puck and the choices that he makes and the passes that he makes as well. And let me know what you think. I think that he should be concentrating with that big reach that he has in defending than being an offensive-minded, even though that's what he is, an offensive-minded defenseman going forward in his career. I think that he's still serviceable. I think that if he concentrated more on the defensive side of the position, that he would still be a really good player. I just think that part of his game, I think that is kind of getting away from him a little bit. Have you noticed any of these things?
Well, with Seth Jones, I noticed he's really good at moving the puck and finding open lanes. He can have good zone entries, which is very valuable to have, but for some reason, he just feels like he has to fire the puck more. But if he can get the puck in the zone, start, setting up a play, getting down low and working it, he's valuable. He's good at keeping the puck in too. Like he can move the puck pretty well, like from blue line to winger. But for some reason, he thinks like he's the only guy that can shoot the puck. And honestly, I would say probably 80% of his shots don't even get through. So yeah. I'd like him to just hold on to it and maybe get it back down to Connor or your defensive partner and keep working it. I mean, the Hawks looked pretty damn good against Nashville. That should have been a win. And they let it get away. And it just really, really pissed me off seeing that at the last minute of the game where They had a good zone entry. They're working the puck. Nashville was chasing, and you just a lazy shot, and it amounted to nothing. We didn't even get a point out of that. So I thought I don't want to blame Seth for the loss, but it's like, come on, man, you're the guy we brought in to be that smart veteran guy, the star player, and it just wasn't a smart play. You got to find an open lane before you shoot it. I mean, you're not going to score when there's 28 bodies in front of you unless you're very lucky and it's pinballing. But he's got to play smarter.
What do you think? What did you think in the Canucks game, Matt?
Well, I didn't get to watch it. I only got to watch highlights. But that's a very good team. And wait till they get their starting goalie back. They're going to be really good too. I think I have the stats here in front of me. All their stars showed up. The Canucks. Hughes got 2 points, and JT Miller had 3. They're a very good team, and I think Lankinen was in net. I don't know if you saw that.
He was.
So, not a bad guy to $850,000 signing to replace your injured starter. It's pretty crazy, actually.
So, it's kind of an update for everybody really quick. On Friday, the Blackhawks, for all my streamers out there, the Blackhawks had secured a deal with Fubo for streaming rights, which is great because there's no way in hell I'm subscribing to Comcast. Even when they get a deal, I'm not subscribing to Comcast. Comcast is holding out. They only want to offer this channel on their top tier offering, which I'm going to look up how much that is a month, but I know that it's exorbitant. Fubo, I think it's like $90 a month or something like that. but they're not on Hulu yet. I hear that they're still negotiating with Hulu, but there is a streaming option right now. I subscribed. I'm in the middle of my 5-day trial. I think I'm going to keep it, and just so I can watch the Blackhawks and take it and take it from there. Matt, are you would you consider moving from Hulu to Fubo if they don't make a deal within the next couple weeks?
Well, when I got Hulu, I was pumped because I love watching all the teams, and I think that's really cool. I don't know if Fubo offers that. I don't think they do, but didn't they have streaming rights of the Cubs too? Their Marquee network.
Yeah, Marquee's on there, but I usually subscribe to. I usually cut my streaming service in the summertime, just so that I don't have to pay it, and then I pay the $20 a month to watch the Cubs.
See, I wish the Hawks would just do that.
Well, I hear that they actually have an app ready to go, but the problem is that if they have that, they lose leverage with negotiating with Comcast. So, which I don't think it really matters at that point, because if you can put your app out, it would be for the Blackhawks, the White Sox, and the Bulls for anywhere between $15 to $20 a month. People will pay that, dude, because
gonna have to.
it'll come to a point where they're like, why am I paying $150 a month for Comcast when I could pay $20 a month to watch the Blackhawks, the Bulls, and the White Sox? Or if you're a Cubs fan, you pay $40 for a certain amount of time. We
had Comcast before we ended up canceling for Hulu, and I would look at all the channels that I have, and I probably watch 4 of them.
Yeah.
And what do I need cooking with this crap for? Stuff like that. And it's probably,
what happens is that
$220 a month.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Holy probably got to $200 a month at one point with your regular cable, your internet cable combined. But it's just like, come on, I don't need that. And when I switched over, I was pumped, man. I had all the channels that I liked. I'm not a big TV guy anymore. I'm just pretty much sports and stuff. And Hulu, it's a great idea. You pick your teams that you like, and they bring them up for you. So when you click it, okay, there's the teams I like. I'm clicking it. I'm right there. It's awesome.
I'm at the website now, the Build a Plan. Let's see what they offer here for TV. So, 185 channels. Let's see here. Ultimate TV. I think that's the thing that they want to get on. It's giving you like that specialized pricing where they're like, hey, it's only $85 a month for the first year, but then after that it goes up to $200.
Yeah. Okay. It's like XM radio. It's the same thing. Excuse me. It's here's $5 for the first year. Then the next year, it's like, okay, we're at $28 now a month. And you say, well, I'm not going to do that. Okay, we'll give you your deal again at $5. I'm like, you got it. Like, what are you trying to do to these people? Like, you think people are stupid?
Yeah. And see, essentially what Comcast is trying to do is that, most of people that are subscribing, the guys in the household, they want to watch sports. So if you're to put that on the top tier, they're never going to sell on the bottom tier. They're never going to sell that top tier because they won't be able to justify paying that amount of money for a bunch of channels that they don't watch.
Bill Wirtz would be very proud of what's going on right now.
Oh,
Bill Wirtz had to televise away games at least. You know, now a lot of the fans can't even watch home or away unless it's on ESPN. And some people don't even have Hulu. It's like, oh my gosh.
You can get, I think what's ESPN Plus is like, if you live outside of Illinois and Indiana, you can get ESPN Plus. I think it's like $9.99 a month. And you could pretty much watch all the Blackhawks games, I believe.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. There's like a certain area.
You got to punish the people that live in the same state.
I tried using a VPN to try to use ESPN Plus, and it doesn't work. It won't work there because ESPN is specifically blocking VPN traffic from getting to getting that video to download. So I tried that this past week. It didn't work. Finally, they made that deal with Fubo, and now I've got Blackhawks games again. So
I'm holding out. I'm going to hold out.
All right.
I'm hoping they get to Hulu, and I don't have to worry about this, because the Hulu's got the best hockey package next to, back in the day, the Center Ice package, which was awesome. I love that. Yeah. I love Center Ice. It was so cool. I got that for my birthday like every year, and I'd come home late and always be able to catch like the West Coast games. And I remember watching the rookie season of Kopitar. I'm like, this guy's going to be a stud, and he's still playing.
Yeah, he is.
Oh. Have you met All Modern? All Modern brings you the best of modern furniture and decor. And right now through November 20th, you'll score up to 50% off during their early access to Black Friday sale. Prep your space for holiday hosting with deals on cozy beds, modern tabletop essentials, and more. All on sale at All Modern. Then get them delivered for free in days. You heard that right. Days. That's modern made simple. Shop All Modern's early access to Black Friday sale now through November 20th at allmodern.com.
At T. Rowe Price, our curiosity lights the way to help you plan ahead for what matters to you most. Work directly with us, and together we can help uncover the right investments for you at every stage of your life, whatever your goals. That's the power of curiosity. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Visit troweprice.com/investdirect to learn more.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
By the way, did you see those Kings jerseys, the Holmes?
Yeah, I like them. I don't like. I hate the ads on these jerseys.
I was just going to say I agree with your text. Why ruin a perfectly good sweater with a dumb ad? It just was so stupid.
Yeah,
freaking.
I would have thought that the original 6 teams would have held out as long as possible.
Yeah, even the Kings. I mean, those colors are great. That's like the Gretzky jersey. That's the first guy I think of when I see that, and I was like, man, maybe I should add that to the collection. It's pretty cool. I'm a Kopitar fan. Even, I'd get like an old player like Luc Robitaille or something. Those are sharp.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I do not like the ads. I get it. They did it on the practice jerseys and I just hate seeing them, man. It really takes away.
I was asking you, like, do you think seeing an ad on your jersey, like if you're a fan, your team's jersey, are you going to go to that place? Like, honestly,
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, there are some places where it's like, okay, they're like, it's like a Trader Joe's or something where a lot of people go to. It's like, okay, I got it.
I like the idea of the boards with the ads, and like you could change them, like the digital ones.
Not during the game. I hate it when they do it in the middle of a play.
Well, like, yeah, you got to do it on the commercials or whatever. I mean, come on, like back in the day, it was like you had just one ad, and it was like Hawk Quarters, come to Hawk Quarters, or what was it?
I
the
still
Sports
call it
Channel.
Hawk Quarters.
That place was great. Yeah,
it was
pretty cool.
What do they call it now? The Madhouse in Chicago or something like that?
I forget. What is that on Michigan?
The Madhouse store?
Yeah.
It was like 744 Michigan Avenue or something like that.
I went there with my buddy once. We skated, actually. We took the train and we were just skating around, and Eric Daze just dropped off like his equipment, and the guy goes, "Hey, you see that? Those are Eric Daze's gloves." I'm like, "Geez, these things were like catcher's gloves, like a giant catcher's." I was like, "Dude was a monster."
Yeah, he was
pretty
big.
cool though that you could go over there and buy some used gear, whatever. But
yeah.
There was a good place. Well, there was a good place out by us. It was called Triple Threat Sports. They had some cool Hawk stuff back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're gone.
So, just lastly, like on the Blackhawks, man, what do you think about Richardson's combinations? Do you think like there's any chance for people to get some kind of chemistry going? Well, the way that he's like mixing everybody up like game after game.
No, I don't agree with any of them. The defensive combinations make no sense. I think he's just kind of flexing, like, hey, I have the power. This is what I want. And then he complains about lack of production. Like, Kurashev getting scratched the other night was kind of like, okay, we know what Kurashev is. He's a good player with Bedard, and if you put him with anybody else, he's just an average guy. And that could be a lot of players on this team. But to scratch him and say we need more out of him, well, dude, we need more out of everybody. We're losing still. One guy is not making the difference unless it's Bedard. You know what I mean? But it just makes no sense. And then you're gonna punish. Like you bring Phillips to the first pairing, which is like, okay, good, okay, cool, good for him. And then you send him down. Like, for what reason? It's really dumb. And Nolan Allen, I thought, has been pretty solid, actually. I think he's got 2 points. Yeah. He got his first point the other night, and he got another one last night. And, like, when you don't notice a guy like him in a game, that's a good thing, because that's his game.
Right.
And I think he's been doing a good job, and I'd like to see more of him. I think he's earning that 5th spot, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of revolve the other veterans that you signed that we didn't need, but I kind of understand what he's doing with putting a vet and a young guy just to kind of take the pressure off him. But at some point, you got to pull the plug. You got to let the kids play and let them learn. And that's the best thing, I think, when Trent Yawney was our head coach, he did with Seabrook and Keith. Because our team was terrible. Our defensive core was terrible. They were the last pairing. They got lit up, but look what happened. They learned, and they won 3 Stanley Cups together. Big minutes together. Top pairing. Huge minutes. These guys played like 25 minutes a game. And their numbers are going to be retired one day. That's just, it's crazy how it worked out, but that's what you have to do. You got to kind of throw them in the fire at some point.
You know, man, it's getting to a point where, like, I have no idea what the direction that Richardson is trying to do with the team. Look, okay. You know, it's like, okay, this is Taylor Hall, and Taylor Hall has to be on the second line because Taylor Hall needs to score, okay? And I get it. I get the reasoning behind it. But if you have Kurashev, who plays well with Bedard, and he's the only guy that he plays well with, why don't you put Kurashev on and Bedard is producing with Teravainen, why don't you put Kurashev on a line with someone that he has chemistry with and he can play well with, and another guy that person has chemistry and plays well with, okay? So let's just consider that the top line. After that, who else is showing chemistry with each other? 2 guys that were playing on the 4th line, Craig Smith and Lucas Reichel. So why don't you move Lucas Reichel and Craig Smith to that second line and let them play together? Because I don't know what it is about these 2 dudes, man. Because honestly, I think that it is an unlikely, and it's an unlikely pairing. But that's how chemistry works, and that's how it works with guys. Is that you don't always foresee it. You know, you don't always foresee like, okay, we're going to bring this new stud in and he's going to play with this stud and they're going to light it up together. And what happens? They can't play with each other. You know, that happens more often than more than it works. And if you do have someone that comes up like that, they're like a unicorn, kind of like Marian Hossa. Everybody played well with Marian Hossa. Patrick Kane, everybody played well with Patrick Kane because those are the type of players that they are. I think that they need to be concentrating on chemistry between forward groups and then filling in the holes from there and seeing what you can get from that. Same with the defensive pairing. Who is playing well with each other and who's not? You mentioned that not noticing Nolan Allen is a good thing. And I'm going to tell you, man, I have not noticed Nolan Allen at all.
Yep.
And I mean that in a very good way, meaning that he's not, I haven't seen him out of position. I haven't seen him, I've seen him take a stupid penalty, but that's just going to happen.
Yeah, who cares?
But I haven't noticed him in a bad way. And I'm telling you, I think that he needs to stay on the ice. Connor Murphy, you know, we're getting to the point where we've said it ad nauseum that, he just needs to fit in where he fits in right now. Obviously the management likes him, fan base likes him for the most part, but it's getting to a point where, is Connor Murphy fit on this squad still, or should he be traded to a contender that is looking for a maybe bottom pairings to fill in that mid that is trying to make a playoff push. So that's where he kind of fits in. But I think that we need to be looking at chemistry than names on the back of jerseys and seeing how guys play.
Yep. Well, Connor Murphy is another guy that if you don't notice him in a game, he's doing his job. That's the type of defenseman he needs to be. But you notice him. He makes so many mistakes.
The problem is his consistency, because I will admit there are some games he lays the boom on somebody, or he makes a good check, has a good slap shot that makes it all the way through and hits the net, and it's causing chaos in front of the net. He has games where these things happen. The problem is he has other games where
he's terrible.
He's terrible. His helmet's flying off. He's getting beat. He's making mistakes that he shouldn't make. And that's necessarily the problem. I would probably say it's the consistency with him. You know what?
I noticed him in Nashville. The one play he made, they scored. He skated. Oh, I think it was a power play. You can't fault him on the goal because Nashville scored on the power play, but he skated up to the guy like 100 miles an hour and backed off and pretty much screened Mrazek the whole way. Like, if you're within reach of the guy, finish the hit. What's the point? Well, I mean, you take him out of the play. You gave him more space, and he teed one up, and Mrazek, kind of questionable. He probably could have stopped it. He was making big saves all night, but he let that one in, and that ended up being the game winner. But it's like, dude, commit to the play. Make the hit. Or block the shot. You didn't even attempt to block the shot. It was like, come on, man. Those are plays that you got to make. And I didn't see that. And apparently I didn't. Apparently he made a lazy play yesterday, a lazy backhand clear, and Dallas had possession of the puck for a long time, and the Hawks were just gassed. I mean, I didn't see it, but that was one I heard about.
Yeah, I did see that.
And
they couldn't get off the ice.
Yeah, it's just those are plays he can't make. He's the guy that, I mean, they put an A on the damn guy. I mean, he's a leader. You can't make those lazy plays. And
they had the Dallas had two changes, man.
And just jumping back to your combinations with some forwards and stuff, it's like, okay, why is Nick Foligno on the first line? Well, and like you said, if Craig Smith has chemistry with Reichel, keep them together and put another guy with them and just see how it plays out. We're losing anyway. So I don't get it.
Well, surprisingly, it has been not exactly doom and gloom, but they're not getting blown out of games. They lost to Dallas 4-2. And let's face it, dude, Dallas is an incredible team.
Oh, they're 20 steps ahead of the Hawks. Yeah,
they're a very good team, and the Blackhawks essentially lost 3-2 because I think that last one was an open net goal. So, I mean, they hung in there with a playoff team. Predators, they won 3-2. The Preds are, considering the talent that they have on the team, and going against UC Saros and Jake Ottinger in the past 2 games, and they essentially lost by 1 goal each game. We can't say it's all doom and gloom. And I can say in a positive way that this team is moving forward. Connor scored last night, so he's starting to get going. And Reichel has 3 points in 5 games. So, I think that they are trending in the right direction. We lost to Buffalo 4-2. Canucks was a bit different, 6-3. But they're not getting blown out of games, and these guys they are fighting, they are competing. They just need to change a few things here. It's more on how things are managed than I would probably say player production, because I think player production is greatly being influenced by how they are being managed by Richardson. And I think that we'll be headed in the right direction, man. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like to see a change. I mean, this what we're doing right now isn't working. You dropped 4. You should have won against Nashville, no doubt. It should have been a win.
Yeah.
You called up Comesso because of an injury or a illness with Soderblom. I would have liked to see him throw Comesso in against Nashville. They were wounded. They're hurting. Stamkos is ice cold. Why not? And you're playing Mrazek back-to-back against 2 good teams in the Central. That's not easy. You drop 2. I mean, you play a little tougher when, hey, this is this kid's first start. Let's go out and play for him, Let's do our job and get this kid the win. It's a different mentality, and
yeah.
I would like to see Richardson take chances like that. I mean, what do you got to lose? You lost 4 games anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
Dallas, you're probably not going to beat Dallas. They're stacked, Stanley Cup favorite. Just signed their franchise goalie to an 8-year extension. He's a great goalie. Bedard did score an absolute nice snipe on him, though, yesterday. That was a beautiful shot. Yeah. I don't think any goalie's stopping that one.
Yeah.
But that team, you look at their team, from management all the way to the team, the players. They have 4 solid lines, good coaching staff. The GM makes great moves that does, I'm sure probably should have got a little bit more than Swayman. Yeah. Looking at the numbers, but he wants to play on a good team and they want to keep their team together. I respect that. That's awesome. And kind of jumping a little bit off course here. I don't know if you want to get into that yet, but look, did you see the Lafreniere deal?
Yeah, I did. Let's do it.
So, dude, $7 million a year for, was it 8 years?
7? Oh, yeah. Let me double check.
I think it's 7 for 8. And, man, that could be a steal of a deal. I believe it is.
7-year deal.
7 years at $7 million, correct?
52.15 million.
So,
have you met All Modern? All Modern brings you the best of modern furniture and decor. And right now through November 20th, you'll score up to 50% off during their early access to Black Friday sale. Prep your space for holiday hosting with deals on cozy beds, modern tabletop essentials, and more. All on sale at All Modern. Then get them delivered for free in days. You heard that right. Days. That's modern made simple. Shop All Modern's early access to Black Friday sale now through November 20th at allmodern.com.
At T. Rowe Price, our curiosity lights the way to help you plan ahead for what matters to you most. Work directly with us, and together we can help uncover the right investments for you at every stage of your life, whatever your goals. That's the power of curiosity. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Visit troweprice.com/investdirect to learn more.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Really turned it around after last year. He had a huge breakout season, and all his teammates are saying this kid took a deal that really helped the future of the team. And, you like to see that. Do you think he could have got 8 and took the Jack Hughes route? Because if you look at the numbers, man, like their first 3 seasons, it's kind of close. I'm not saying he's going to score 40 next year or anything, but I see that contract and then I look at Bedard, like, what's he going to get? Is he? I mean, the kid who won the Rookie of the Year, he probably could have had 80 points last year. I hope he gets over 80 this year. I think he
probably will.
He's getting 10 minimum.
Yeah.
At 8 years, he's going to get 80 million probably with the Hawks, and
he might get 12, dude. To be honest with you, if McDavid got 12, I think at a bare minimum he's going to get 12. If he scores 50 goals,
I was just going to say, if he pots in 50, he's probably bought himself another $1 million or $2 million a year. which it is what it is. The kid's a phenom. He's going to be good. But like I said last year, I say all the time, someone needs to talk to him and tell him to be selfish, shoot the puck. Who cares about assists? No one does. You could be the difference maker. You could control the game. You pretty much do control the offense. If he shoots the puck with that elite shot more, the Hawks are going to win more games. I don't care about these no-look passes, whatever. We need a guy to shoot. We haven't had a guy. We haven't had a nice shooter. Pass, though. Yes, he's a great playmaker, but he also is a very underrated sniper. He needs to shoot. We haven't had one since Roenick, a 50-goal guy. I think Bedard is the next guy.
He's got 3 goals and 6 assists on the season, 9 points for the year. I said it earlier this year. I was predicting to have 30 to 35 goals, 60 to 65 assists.
Yeah, I think he's going to be an 80-point guy, 82-point-a-game player, I think, this year. If he's shooting like he was last night, I don't see any problem with him getting 40 this year.
Yeah,
I think he's the next 50-goal guy in our franchise, which is going to be great. But we need to get him some, maybe another good passer, another smart guy, kind of like a little bit better than Teuvo. Maybe we're hoping maybe we could sign somebody. But, I always joke with you with Matthew Barzal. I know he's older, but I guess those two have chemistry together. And that guy is an elite passer. He's the great vision. And I think that would be that type of player would help Bedard a lot.
Well, if the Islanders are looking to blow it up,
Blow it up, baby. You're not going to win. Blow it up.
So, talking about, I want to call him a sniper. He's more of a playmaker, but, Jack Hughes, I want to get onto the conversation of reverse hits because there was conversation this week about, amongst on Twitter on banning reverse hits, which I think would be a huge mistake. And ironically, someone we'd love to talk about Jack Hughes this week was against Detroit. He's skating up. Rasmussen is getting ready to put in an empty net goal. And instead of going for the puck, and if he would have went for the puck, he actually would have stopped the goal because he was coming in so fast. He goes to hit Rasmussen instead. Rasmussen puts in the goal and lays down a reverse hit on Jack Hughes and lays Jack Hughes on his ass.
And
here's like my point is that how many times has this guy gotten hurt? He gets hurt every season, and he got hurt last season essentially doing the same thing, trying to go out and hit dudes. And look, I understand there's contact in the game, okay? But there are certain dudes that initiate contact, and there are certain dudes that do not. You didn't see Patrick Kane skating around trying to lay out dudes. He never did it because he knew that wasn't his game. And Patrick Kane also played mainly the majority of his games. He had a lot of 80, 82 game seasons. So Jack Hughes, man, I think he needs to lay off of, I guess trying to play with an edge, I should say.
Yeah, you're not Scott Stevens. You're not that guy. Yeah.
You should be hammering in goals. If you're pissed off, take some slap shots onto the fucking goalie or something, and or someone's at their mercy if they want to block those. But, you shouldn't be out trying to hit dudes.
Well, yeah, then he got embarrassed. He embarrassed himself, and then he tried to, fight the guy. Like, the guy, what are you doing? You're 0 for 2 here, bud. Just skate away and take the L. Take the L,
or else he's going to be skating around with a face mask because he's going to get his face punched in.
Yeah, you're going to wear that bubble like Bedard.
Yeah. But, I think he's an incredibly talented kid, man, but I just don't know where his head is sometimes. And if I was in New Jersey, I would pull him in and say, hey, man, you need to knock this shit off because we need you on the ice.
Yeah,
we need you on the ice.
We're in trouble. Yep.
We need you playing. If you are not on the ice, what we have going on here does not work. And they need to let him know that. Anyways, how do you feel about reverse hits, man? What would you think of having reverse hits removed from the game?
I think it's just someone bored start a conversation because anybody that can make a hit while having possession of the puck is unbelievable, in my opinion. Like, I think of one guy, Forsberg, he used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
He like shove off a guy and then kind of be stick handling a second later. You know?
Yeah.
It takes an incredible amount of talent. And I don't like it. Obviously, the guy going to make the hit, he's got to expect there's going to be a little pushback. So, I mean, it's not causing injury, you know, unless it's like, I think PK Subban used to kind of like lift his back up. I don't know if you remember that. I think it was like he had the puck down low. Someone's coming to hit him and he would kind of almost leave the ice. Those are the ones that you got to like kind of monitor. But as far as like a guy, like you sent me a clip of McKinnon skating with the puck and he kind of bulldozes over the guy. Those are fine. I mean, you're just using your size and your speed just to go right through the guy. But you know, like say I got the puck down low and you're gonna try to just finish a check, and I know you're coming, and I kind of lift my back up, maybe leave my feet, so you get hurt. Those are the ones like you gotta be careful with. But like the ones like Peter Forsberg skating 1-on-1 with a guy and the guy takes the body and Forsberg ends up lowering his shoulder, knocks him down. Those are perfectly fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I actually really like those plays, man. But at the end of Subban's career, man, he was borderline, I think, trying to maliciously hurt dudes, you know?
Yeah. They call him PK Slewfoot. He'd throw in that foot and take you out. And, you know, I laughed when, what was that big hit this year that was causing so much ruckus? He was like, oh, we got to protect our star players and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, come on, dude, you're the last guy that should be saying anything.
Yeah, I'm not sure which hit it was.
Yeah, there's so many complaints. Every hit you see now where it's like, Gudas had a hit last night against the Rangers. And he laid this guy out. It was a good, clean hit. And the Rangers guys, the TV guys, I think it's, what's his name? The guy who's retiring this year. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Brooksy?
Rosen. Sam Rosen, I think.
I'm joking.
Brooksy. Oh, jeez. But he even said, wow, that was a nice, clean hit by Gudas. Back in the day, he was kind of a dirty guy, but nice. Kind of really turned his game around. He makes big hits, and they liked it. But, you know, if they said something, oh, yeah, that was dirty. It's like, come on, guys. You guys watch Jacob Trouba, you know, do those hits once a game. And the thing is with Trouba, when he makes a hit like that, you got to look at the point of contact. They always say he's aiming for the head, and honestly, he's not. He gets that chest first, and then that head kind of whiplashes back, and it looks like his head's getting hit, but
he uses his elbows a lot, though,
that's a lost art, man, these guys that can lay these big hits out like that. And like probably the brush line says, every good, clean, big hit you see, it's followed by a fight. And
you know what? I just wanted to bring that up, man.
Yeah, it drives him nuts. I know we talk about it. I get it, like, say, Bedard gets hit like that. That's a no-no. You got to go after him. But if it's a big hit during the game, like, come on, get up, let it go. Let it go and move on. Get his numbers, get him the next shift. But now it's drop the gloves, hit the visor with your fist, because there's no fights anymore. You're hitting a guy's helmet. You're hitting his visor. It's cheap. So I like to take the hit, get up, move on, get his numbers, get him back with a goal, get him back with a hit, whatever. But you make a nice hit, let it go. Let's keep the game like it was supposed to be. This dropping this fight stuff now, it's not even it's not real fights.
It's after every hit, man. Whenever there's a big hit, it's everybody. It's like you said, if it's, you know, Steven Stamkos, look, I get it, because Steven Stamkos isn't necessarily laying the body down on somebody, right? Yeah. But if it's two regular dudes, it's like, if it's dirty, that's another thing. Okay. Yep. Then the bell needs to be answered for that. But regular hits, it's just getting out of hand.
Yep. Well, a perfect example was last season, Mark Stone took a hit, remember? A good, clean hit behind the net, hard hit from a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's when he was all pissed off. That was last year.
Getting hit. I was hurt last year. Not his fucking problem, bro. he's finishing the check trying to make the team. And they're all dropping the gloves after this kid, calling him dirty. He's going to be in the minors. That's Bush, dude. If someone said that to me, the next game, I'd go after him on purpose the whole game. I'd tell the coach, put me against this guy. I'm going to make his night a living hell. I'm going to hit him every time he has the puck. That's what I would have done. And that's how it was back in the day. You're going to run your mouth. You're going to get hit. And make him think, okay, this guy's on me all game. I can't play my game. This guy took me off the game, and he was a big factor. That's what hockey's got to get back to.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. But I don't know. The game's different nowadays, man. You know,
well,
in some ways
they
good,
say
in some ways bad.
Skill. It's all skill now. But like you said, when there's a big hit, there's a fight after it, and then everybody gets tough. Everybody's WWE now. But there's really no tough guys. You know, there's no. There's tough. There are very tough guys, but there's every team. There's not. You know, it's maybe a couple teams got. They even sent Rempe down already because he's not needed right now. But I miss those days, man. You had your bottom six used to be your big, strong energy guys finishing checks. Making the opposing's top line night a living hell. Like, we're going to hit these guys until they're just going to get the puck and dump it in because they want nothing to do with us. It's gotten away from that.
Now it's all skill.
Yep. They want skill on every four line, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you got a big guy who kind of hits here and there, but he only gets like 8 minutes a game.
Right.
And he's got no one to fight against because the other teams, they don't have a guy like that, you know?
You know, maybe Lucas Reichel and Craig Smith should play on that fourth line, and then they just play that line more, you know?
Well, that's what I found amazing. He had two assists, and then Smith had 2 goals in 9 minutes of ice time. Mm-hmm. It's like, those guys were buzzing everywhere. You got to get them out there more.
Yeah.
And, you know, they didn't. They got 9 minutes, and we took the L that night.
Right.
So sometimes coaching is... You got to go with your instincts and watch the game in front of you. It's like, hey, these guys are playing great tonight. I got to get these guys out here. Like the last 5 minutes of the game, these guys are buzzing. Let's throw Connor with them. Let's get them on the ice together. It's kind of just doing stuff on the fly like that. And he just kind of sticks to his line combinations, and that's it. Like, okay, go out there and score a hat trick, or you're a bust. Or I'm going to send you to Rockford. It's not working.
And you have that on your shoulders too. It's like, fuck, man, if I don't play tonight, man, I'm going down to Rockford.
Poor Lucas had the last year they were doing that with him, and it's got to take a toll on you. It's like, come on, what did I do wrong? You know, you got me out here for 5 minutes a game, and I didn't get a hat trick, and I'm going to get sent down.
Well, all right, everybody, that's all that we got for you this week. Be sure to hit us up on Twitter. We've been talking to a lot of people on there. We love it. Hearing what you guys think of the team so far, or what the lack of being able to watch it. We try to update everybody as quickly as possible when we find out when CHSN is on new networks. So be sure to reach out to us, and we'll catch you on the next one. This is the Tomahawk. We're out of here.
Have you met All Modern? All Modern brings you the best of modern furniture and decor. And right now through November 20th, you'll score up to 50% off during their early access to Black Friday sale. Prep your space for holiday hosting with deals on cozy beds, modern tabletop essentials, and more. All on sale at All Modern. Then get them delivered for free in days. You heard that right. Days. That's modern made simple. Shop All Modern's early access to Black Friday sale now through November 20th at allmodern.com.
At T. Rowe Price, our curiosity lights the way to help you plan ahead for what matters to you most. Work directly with us, and together, we can help uncover the right investments for you at every stage of your life, whatever your goals. That's the power of curiosity. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Visit troweprice.com/investdirect to learn more.